The Happiness of All Mankind. That's the name of the episode.
Yep.
Okay. Well, I hit record. So this is our Chernobyl. I'm kind of happy that we're dropping our Chernobyls in little segments and recording them as we drop them. You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely.
So we could see some of the comments because after episode 3 went up, man, there's some very cool shit in the comments. But here we are, man. Uncle Tony and the sidekick Shecky sitting down to watch Chernobyl. We're up to episode 4. So shit's getting as real as it gets at this point.
Man, it's getting intense.
The University Medical Center is 90 miles from my house. Okay?
Holy shit.
When I lived in Arizona, it was 90 miles from Tucson to Phoenix to my house.
So if you got sick, you were screwed.
There are other hospitals, idiot.
I don't know where you lived.
I'm telling you where he worked. He worked at the University of Tucson Medical Center as a surgeon. Follow my train of thought here, okay?
Yes, like a surgeon.
And he's a crazy Ukrainian.
Okay.
He'd make it to my house in an hour.
Holy shit.
That's what I was trying to get to. This is how crazy he is. 90-mile drive up I-10, and he had this beautiful 8 Series BMW, looked like a UFO. He let Dee take it out and drive it one night, and she just fell in love with this car. And but he flew up the freeway. My point about Arthur is he was from the Ukraine, and he grew up in Kiev. Became a surgeon largely because of his exposure to the idea of medicine after Chernobyl.
Wow, that's awesome.
Now, well, yes and no.
Well, it's awesome that someone could be motivated and driven towards a good cause in the face of,
the way he told
that terrible event.
Right.
Terrible historical event.
It was sort of an inundation of medical everything after Chernobyl. Everything came with suddenly a medical consideration to it. How are you feeling? Do you think that's because of this? And, that kind of thing. But, yeah, he shouldn't have lost track of him, but I think he went back to the Ukraine about 10 years ago.
So you're not even in touch with him?
No, I think he went back because he had a couple of aspirations about running a Da Vinci machine. And anyway.
What?
He's a surgeon, and the Da Vinci machine is the robot arm thing that does the surgery. So he was going all over the place trying to get trained on Da Vinci surgeries. And so, yeah, dude, and he's nuts. Have I mentioned he's
Oh my God. Like you and me?
No, a little bit more than you and me. But he's
holy shit.
He was super motivated, and I miss him to death. But he and I used to talk a lot about the difference between that Russian upbringing and the American upbringing, and it was all Rocky IV. It was, we thought we were right, they thought they were right, and then he saw Rocky IV, and he realized the Americans aren't that bad, and the Americans realized the Russians aren't that bad.
Did it really end the Cold War?
To hear him talk about seeing that movie as a kid, you would think it did.
Wait, he saw it in the Soviet Union as a kid?
Yes.
How did they? I would have figured they wouldn't have let anyone see that movie.
I think I don't know if he saw it in a legitimate theater, but they hunted, and probably saw it because the state didn't want you to. But
well, this is probably the situation he watched it under, something similar. My mom grew up in Iran. And a lot of, after the revolution, the way they would get American media, American content is kind of like how you had a milkman. You had kind of like a black market video man, and he'd go from house to house and he'd sell you. Like, I remember her telling me, like, oh, that's how she saw Grease. Like, some dude brought the cassette door to door, and that's how they sold it. You know what I mean?
That's awesome, dude. That is awesome. But Arthur, my friend Arthur, he used to talk like this. He was always way high. He was always up here. He's with his thing. He's, oh, Tony, how you doing? Oh, this is beautiful. My wife made dinner for him one night, and he sat down. He said, "This is the most beautiful. We should make a picture. We should make a picture. This is so beautiful." And that accent I ended up using for a play I did later on. It was like, you want me to be a Ukrainian? I know just the Ukrainian.
Oh my God! Did he see the show?
No, I was already up here. He had already gone back to.
Oh fuck!
Someday I will find Arthur. Maybe he'll watch this and drop me a line. Who knows? Well, what do you think? Should we get into it? We've bullshitted enough.
Yes.
Are we at the right place?
Yeah, totally.
Listen to the Russians.
So should I do the countdown?
How are you going to count it down?
I'm gonna count it down.
Just hit play.
Good. Me too. In association with Sky, is that what's on your screen?
Yep.
Beautiful. A sister's production.
Yep.
How many production? Why so many production companies?
I imagine it was expensive. I mean, that's where.
That makes sense.
And just complicated and.
It's time to go.
Milking the cow.
Did you hear me?
And not even as a euphemism.
This is an evacuation, you understand? You have to come with me. This is your last warning.
I think he means it. Oh, okay, good. Thought he was going to shoot her for a minute.
It's time to go.
Does he have the authority to shoot her for not leaving?
No, that would be stupid. I mean, you.
Damn, dude, that's tough.
But the cow was always going to die.
What about this large section here?
Masha. 12,000 Rodkin. Wow. If you were to stand there in full protective gear, head to toe, for 2 minutes, your life expectancy would be cut in half. By 3 minutes, you're dead within months. Even our lunar rovers won't work on Masha. That amount of gamma radiation penetrates everything. The particles literally shred the circuits in microchips apart. If it's more complicated than a light switch,
Jesus.
Masha will destroy it.
It would be fair to say that that piece of roof is the most dangerous place on Earth.
Jesus Christ.
So, what do we do?
The most dangerous place on Earth. Without hyperbole.
You, me, that ugly Armenian, and the 10th Garo. We do animal control.
Oh.
Animal control.
This is gonna be
Yeah,
rough.
they're radioactive, so they have to go.
Oh.
But it's not hard. They're mostly pets. They're happy to see you. They run right up to you. Bang. You load the bodies on a truck, dump them in a pit, bury them in concrete, and then we drink.
Yeah,
As much
you better
vodka as you
drink.
want. Plus 1,000 rubles.
A dozen, huh? Wow.
What do you think? 1,000 rubles.
I thought he said a dozen.
Why would you do it for 12 rubles?
Because it's Soviet communism and they're dirt poor.
Mm.
Oh shit, Moscow.
Oh, this is the roof. Is that their Lunar Rover? Not that impressive, Russia. Your rover doesn't look all that
Bring up
cool.
the cameras.
We want the cameras. Okay, well, let's see where this goes.
Signal.
Acceptable.
Just saying, when we built a Lunar Rover, we put a
Some
little
of them were
aesthetic
racing.
design into it. This thing looks
To think that's what
blocky.
we put on the moon.
The Central Committee have informed me that they may have found something that could work up there from the outside.
American?
Of course not. It's German police robots, but West German, so as you can imagine, that wasn't an easy conversation to have.
Diagnostics complete. Ready to engage main power and motor.
Begin.
This fucker's still alive.
That's such bullshit, man. It's always the assholes. It's always the assholes.
I see your condition has improved, Comrade Dyatlov.
No, leave.
Bit of a nihilist. He knows it doesn't really matter. You know, I don't want to watch these guys like shoot domesticated animals. I have pets myself.
He's not a soldier, man. He's not trained how to hunt.
Again, he's not being asked to be a soldier. He's just being
being asked to hunt.
He's being asked to use a gun as a tool and not a weapon.
I mean, the enemy is a bunch of domesticated, innocent animals who've been radiated.
You gotta get rid of them.
I know, but it's so fucked up.
Every chicken, every cow, every.
Oh shit! Oh fuck!
This poor kid. I mean, I feel for the kid. I really do.
Oh my god! Go away! Go! No, dude, you gotta. Oh,
you
fuck.
gotta shoot.
That dog is so innocent looking and adorable. What?
Ah, you fucker, he told you.
My first time, Afghanistan. We were moving through a house and suddenly a man was there and I shot him in the stomach. Yeah, that's a real war story. There are never any good stories like in the movies, they're shit. The man was there, boom, stomach.
Damn.
I was so scared I didn't pull the trigger again for the rest of the day. And I thought, well, that's it, Bacho. You put a bullet in someone. You're not you anymore. You'll never be you again. But then you wake up the next morning and you're still you. And you realize that was you all along. You just didn't know.
Oh man. That's intense.
The happiness of all mankind.
There it is.
What?
Our goal is the happiness of all mankind.
Oh. So it must be written on the wall.
Yeah.
That's what the banner says.
Jesus.
So this is the German thing, and it can handle the radiation. Are they in the top that massive roof that will kill you in 3 minutes?
No, obviously not.
No, that's how they was describing it. The human being would die in 3.
Oh, that's the roof you were talking about.
All right, let's take this easy. Forward 1 meter, reverse 1 meter.
And that's it? It's dead already?
I'm telling you, man, it was a joke.
It must have been.
Did you lose the signal?
Time to make an angry phone call to Germany, I think.
Tell fucking Gorbachev! Tell him!
Wow, they gotta go to the Americans now.
Oh, damn.
I love his arc. He's got maybe the best arc in the whole show. Holy shit.
Need a new phone.
The official position of the state is that a global nuclear catastrophe is not possible in the Soviet Union. They told the Germans that the highest detected level of radiation was 2,000 Röntgen.
Oh.
They gave them the propaganda number. That robot was never going to work.
The Soviets asked for help, gave the Germans the propaganda number. The Germans said, yeah, this will be just fine for that. I mean, they're screwing themselves. I can't even blame Germany at this point. They screwed themselves.
Well, maybe the Germans knew that they were lying.
And said, okay, if that's the number you want to give us. It's really odd. It's like, this is some of the hardest filmmaking I've had to watch in a long time. and I watch horrible things. But doing it to the Annie.
Where do they get their food?
They eat the chickens. And they eat each other.
I'm done. Flipping back to the Zoom call, I'm going to look at your face for a minute. No.
Oh.
Not going to shoot the puppies. No. Tell me when it's over.
Why do they have to do this? He's leaving the room. I think it's going to happen off screen. He's letting his boss do it.
All right.
And I think the boss has just accepted the fact that he's got to do this on his own. The lad is not ready. Understandably so. Okay, so he's walking out of the building. We don't. Are you watching yet, or are you still on me? Ooh. It's almost like they're knights. They have all this armor. It's incredible.
And yet, that time limit is still only going to mitigate the circumstances. You know what I mean? This guy is not good at this. But I suppose,
he's going to look over, man. Don't look over, don't look over, don't look over. Ring the bell, ring the bell.
There you go.
Get the hell out of there.
Yeah.
Get the hell out of there.
Are you shitting me right now? You didn't... If this is just extra drama, that was unnecessary.
This guy is so screwed.
I mean, he did everything except fall down the hole.
If the boron control rods are completely withdrawn from the reactor, when they're put back in, the first thing that enters the core isn't boron. It's graphite.
Oh, fuck.
The control rods have graphite tips that displace water and steam. So the reactivity
It's a design flaw.
goes up dramatically.
Why on earth would they press that button?
They didn't know.
All right.
Yeah, there's no way we were going to film 2 episodes today, man. Holy shit.
All right, show's hard to
Do we even need to have a wrap-up? Can we just...
This has been the hardest one to watch yet. I mean, and... Because the toll just keeps coming. You know, you expect the human deaths, you expect the stupidity, you kind of expect a bureaucracy, but then the innocence is starting to get... That's what I think what this episode was really all about, was the innocent ones. And honestly, I didn't need this to be an hour. You could have done about this entire show, this story, in about half as much time, showing me half as much death of animals, and just get to that point. It was a flaw with the design of the reactor that led to, at least is partially responsible for the explosion. I don't quite understand it. I'm hoping to by the end. Excellent filmmaking, well written, the themes and emotions were there, but goddamn, I don't want to see that many animals die. Let's get to the end. Let's figure out what the fuck happened. Let's make sure it doesn't happen again. Let's, do it better next time. We'll come back with when they do the movie about Fukushima.
Please don't do this to me, man. Tell me.
All right, so we'll just wrap it up right here, and I'll let you go. And Uncle Tony and his sidekick Shecky reacting to the hardest goddamn episode of Chernobyl.
I thought the Nazis taking over the world was hard.